Good morning, welcome to CADX TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. Today is Wednesday, June 4th, 2014. The next stage of the search for the missing Malaysian airliner is coming into view. It's going to begin in August. It's going to last for 300 days. The Australian government has decided to turn the responsibility for the search over to a private contractor. Over the next few days, leading up until the end of June actually, 26 different governments are going to pore over the satellite data following the plane's track and determine the exact size of the search area the contractor is going to look at. It's currently expected that that area is going to be about the size of the island of Sri Lanka. It's going to be approximately 1,000 miles off the coast of Australia. It's going to be 23,000 square miles in size, and it's going to have ocean depths of up to 20,000 feet, as well as bad weather. The contractor, when it is chosen, is going to have to make a report daily to the Australian government, which possibly will be publicized. The cost of the next phase of the search might be as much as $60 million. Some $55 million has been spent already. It's our understanding that the insurance companies, the syndicates, and Lloyd's will end up picking up that price. There was a series of explosions that rocked a Shell oil plant in the Netherlands last night near the city of Moerdijk. It was the largest Shell refinery. It's actually one of the core global petrochemical manufacturing facilities of Shell. They actually put through several million barrels of oil a year through the facility. Nobody was killed, however, 2 people were injured. There was a release of ethyl benzene that could irritate the eyes and airways of local residents, but thus far no complaints have been registered. Florida insurer Universal Property and Casualty made some news in a Securities and Exchange Commission release. They released some evidence that they had cut spending on its core catastrophe reinsurance program by about 20%. The total drop went from $166 million in ceded premium last year, $166 million in premium, I should say, that was ceded, that's correct, down to $122 million this year. So that's a pretty big drop. They also named that the major carriers on its core program were Everest Re, Odyssey Re, Renaissance Re, and also Nephila Capital. Now, Nephila Capital is an insurance-linked securities firm, and Citibank came out with an estimate today indicating that the stake that Kohlberg, Kravis, and Roberts had taken in Nephila last year, in January of 2013, could in fact have produced a 25% rate of equity return for KKR. These figures are difficult to pin down, but after poring over KKR's financial information that's been released, the Citibank analyst is coming up with this 25% figure. All is not completely well in the state of Florida. Sunshine State Insurance Company of Jacksonville has gone into liquidation. They had 37,000 customers statewide, and they were declared insolvent and were liquidated by a state judge yesterday. The company had seen a potential deal to be acquired by United Property and Casualty Insurance Company, the one that cut its reinsurance spend by 20%, fall through. Great American Insurance Group's Fidelity and Crime Division has launched commercial coverage for Bitcoins. Bitcoins, of course, are a virtual online peer-to-peer medium of exchange. Great American's current crime policy do not automatically provide coverage for peer-to-peer exchange. However, they are now providing Bitcoin coverage via an endorsement. A 5.7 magnitude earthquake struck a remote part of southern Alaska. Earlier today, it hit about 48 miles west of Haines, Alaska. No reports of any damage or injuries. Yesterday morning at about 5:48 a.m. British Summer Time, a United 767 from O'Hare Airport in Chicago landed in Heathrow Airport in London and then taxied up to the newly refurbished Terminal 2. Welcomed its first passengers. The airport insists it has learned the lessons from the apparent premature opening of Terminal 5 several years ago, which was an unmitigated disaster, and they are opening the new Terminal 2 in phases. Only 34 flights were scheduled today. They're taking it slow. Yesterday, Brian Duperreault, the CEO of Hamilton Insurance Group, as well as a former CEO of a number of other companies and probably one of the most respected people in the reinsurance industry, gave a speech at the Bermuda Captive Conference down in Bermuda. He put out a call to arms to his male peers to fix corporate issues facing women, such as gender bias, unfair job assignments, and lopsided work and life balance, as well as pay inequality. The call is long overdue. Mr. Duperreault said that, and anything else, the power for change lies in the first instance with men. He said the good news is that when gender issues are brought to men's attention, things do start to shift. He said women are just as purposeful, driven, and strategic as men are, yet bring with them a powerfully different perspective for performance, people development, and business improvement. There's a wealth of research that underlines the bottom line value of a woman's perspective. It's amazing that we're still having this discussion in 2014, and hats off to Brian Duperreault for bringing it out in the open. The reinsurance industry is one area that is sorely in need of this. We wish him well, and we'll follow this. That's the news for today. If we have any breaking news, we'll come back and tell you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.